Are we live? Are we live? We ready to rock? Are we ready to rock? Yes, we are. Awesome. What is up, fam? What's up, high profit accountant community? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Friday, Friday. Hope you guys are all doing amazing there. It is 3:40 here in Phoenix, so some of you guys on the East Coast might be having a good time doing whatever the heck it is that you guys do when you're not in the office. But for the rest of you guys, I like to jump in at different times and just see when I can see who pops in. So excited to talk today about I know a lot of you guys, some of you may be going through some pretty crazy tax seasons this year, extension season, tax season, and just wanted to dive in about how to make that a different story for this tax season. So who we got hanging out in here? I'm gonna turn down the volume so I can see. If you guys are here, drop a comment. Sean, good to see you in here. Hope you're doing incredible, right? Um, hey, before we get started, guys, I'm just so pumped about the awesome wins that we're seeing in our high profit accountant community, our client community. It's just there's nothing, my favorite part about consulting or coaching or whatever the heck it is that you want to call it in this space, right? It's just the amazing transformations and the amazing wins that I get to see and be a part of and celebrate and support. And we've had a client that has landed 3K a month deal after 3K a month deal after 3K a month this deal. It's been awesome. And just another client just continues to get out of her comfort zone and just blows me away with her ability to do that. And upgrading, having difficult conversations with clients and, negotiating, having those conversations about price increases. Like that is what fires me up so much, more than anything else. And so right now, our client community is closed currently, but we do have a wait list, right? So for when we open up again, which will hopefully be shortly, if you guys are interested in building up a firm based off of advisory services, in launching your advisory line or optimizing your current advisory line to bring in those premium 1K, 2K, 3K. We've had clients up to 8K a month. We've had clients land up to 8K a month engagement. So if that's something that you're looking to do to make the transition to, which we're going to talk about today, to make that transition to where you don't have to necessarily work with everybody and have hundreds and hundreds of clients and just a lot of craziness, right? And we'll talk about that and how that can how it really depends on what the firm is that you're ultimately trying to build. But if you are looking to bring in more premium clients, we do have a wait list. So DM me directly wait list or comment in here wait list, and I'll make sure I get you guys the information. And also, if you do decide to join, you're going to get early bird specials. Okay. So without further ado, little self promo there, but I have to because we have just the most incredible group of people, and I'm just so grateful that I get to work with these guys. Okay. Anyway, so cool. So let's talk about, this year. I don't know. Ever since COVID, especially since COVID, I've really seen tax seasons take a toll on people, right? It's been just crazy. The tax laws are moving so fast now, and codes getting put in place, and then the IRS, the craziness with the IRS that's been going on. And there's just so much that's going on that's crazy here. All the new tax code stuff that's going on requires more. It just is creating more complexity in completing returns now. And then I think clients are being a little more communicative when they where's my stuff and getting things to me, and grumpy and grouchy clients and things like that, I think is becoming a pattern from what I'm hearing. And maybe it's worse. Let me know, is it worse now than it was 2, 3, 4 years ago in your experience? I think we might get mixed opinions on that, but I mean, I don't go a week without hearing some story about that, right? And ultimately, you know, when you have a lot of when you have clients, a lot of clients that are, paying that are complaining about pricing, or they're not, they're not super excited or appreciative. That can really take a toll on you. It can really create you to start, even getting to the extent of resentment in your business and things like that, and stress that's not good for your health, right? And I've had levels of this in, through my journey with our coaching business as well, and finding the right fit clients, right? So I definitely understand from that extent how that can definitely take a toll. Um, but yeah, it's a crazy time right now. And I know there's people in here that are ready to make a change, right? And you guys will see some, I'll be talking about this next week, but I know every year around this time I hear from people that say, like, Charlie, I'm ready to make the change. I'm ready to do it, right? I'm ready to make that adjustment and pivot, right? And I'm not, this is the last busy season that's going to be like this, right? And then we're right back into it next busy season. And the thing is, in accounting, it's just, this industry is designed in such a way that it's so hard to, be the CEO and make these strategic moves and add these service lines, right? In Q1, you've got tax season coming up, right? And then you're exhausted in April, and then you have summer break, and you just want to, you want to take that vacation that you deserve, and you very well deserve it. And then before you know it, it's back to school, and we have extension season, and then we have the 990s that are coming up. They're happy deadline day, or is it today? Yeah, probably the 15th, right? Since it's Friday. Um, and then we have the holidays are right around the corner, right? And then right before you know it, we're going to be right back into that same spot in January, sending out those questionnaires and engagement letters, and we haven't made that change that we want, right? So, when there's no time, this is what I'm going to talk about. But when there's no perfect time, then it's always the perfect time, right? It's just making that decision. And that's the first thing I want to talk about today, about from going from overworked to freedom, to bringing in premium clients that allow you to build that flexibility out. It all starts with the decision. It all starts with making the decision to say, this is the time I'm going to change. I am willing to get out of my comfort zone to do this, right? Some people, maybe you already have advisory clients, and you've already are working with clients at 3K, 4K, 5K a month. Um, and it's just maybe about putting more gasoline on that fire, right? But others, maybe you've just been in that bucket of just focusing on standard tax compliance and standard bookkeeping. And it's time to, to make that, it's time to make that adjustment, right? So, okay. So why is it that, let me go back to the decision part, right? Because that's so crucial. Everything, when you have to do something that's uncomfortable, you're probably going to put it off until you can't handle it anymore, right? There was quite a while. I think back to when I was in, when I was an employee, right? I think back to the years that I worked on side hustles and things on the side, and I think I just had hit a moment where I was like, okay, it's time to make a change. And uh, at some point, you just put that flag down and say, I'm gonna go, right? I'm gonna make this change. And you see that in life, you see that in relationships, and you see that in business. So awesome. Hey, Chantel. Hey, Colleen. Hey, Mom. That's hilarious. Hey, Richard. Uh, okay. Then let's see. So let's talk about why premium clients is the path, right? So where I think a lot of this stress and overwork comes from, generally see this more on the tax prep side, just due to the added complexity. Um, into its undercutting on costs right now. Outsourcing and over offshoring is increasing many clients many clients' thoughts on their price sensitivity. They're many of them are thinking about they're seeing different options, right? So they may be more sensitive on price when it comes to like looking at options like Intuit, looking at different, offshoring options. And I'm not saying it's right, or I'm not saying, maybe those aren't your clients, but there are more options. I'm just saying that there's more options out there. And people are, probably becoming a little more price sensitive in those spots, which is causing more difficult conversations, more stress. And you just get that overall when you have a bigger client base, right? But if we can build a base of clients, if we can make that shift and build a base of clients to where you're at your core, you're serving a core base of clients at a high level, creating massive impact and transformation for them, right? Which is, I know from my end, like I love what I do for our clients and how we help our clients and the transformations there. I know that you guys want to make a big difference for your clients as well. So when you can do that, and then from the financial aspect of it, when you have a group of 20 clients that are paying you 2K a month, right? That's I believe that is about 500,000 in revenue, right? I think it's 21 clients. Every time I have to do quick math while I'm on these live streams, it always bites me in the butt, but I think I got that pretty close this time, right? Uh, so think about how different the business model could be, right? And I'm not saying you have to go out and cut everything down to 20 clients, right? You can still have a great tax prep line. You could choose to keep all of your tax prep clients, choose to keep all of your accounting clients, and just staple on this service, right? But if it's been fear of maybe revenue loss or profitability loss that's been holding you back from maybe cutting that number of clients down that are just giving you a hard time, and you're not in a place where you feel comfortable letting them go. This really gives you that ability to start to shape the firm and work with the clients that you really truly want to be working with, and that they truly really want to be working with you, right? So that's what's been so cool about seeing this, and then seeing how our clients are making such a difference for their clients, the impact that they're doing with their advisory services, right? Helping them and guiding those clients and making strong, important business decisions and asking them powerful questions and getting them to think differently, helping to give them different insights, right? So that's that is such a game changer. So think about that. I'm curious. I'd love to know what percentage or what percentage of you guys in this community are actively thinking about advisory, or if you're already launching advisory. So if you're catching this part of the stream, just drop a comment and let me know like where you're at in this stage. Is it something that you are doing currently? Is it something that you're considering and you keep hearing about it, but it's just I don't know how to put the steps in place? And that we hear a ton, right? Or is it I don't see that as part of the model, right? And ultimately, we need to start with the end in mind, right? So it's a great time of year to start thinking about, well, if I don't like where I'm at with the firm overall, if I don't like this aspect about the firm, if I don't like that I'm working 80 hours a week for 4 or 5 months out of the year, it does not have to be that way. You can design the firm in a different way to adjust that, right? But start to identify what your ideal vision is for what your ideal firm looks like, right? What does your ideal service line and service structure look like? What does your ideal hours look like? Do you want to be the ability to be remote? Do you want to have an office? Do you want to have team? What team members do you want? What do you want to be doing day to day? What do you want your daily tasks to be? Right? How much do you want to be making? Right? These are all really good questions to ask right now. And then from there, and even hold off on the service line question, right? Because I think that's once you know everything else higher level than that, in terms of what's the business that you ideally want to create and the lifestyle you want to create, that can help to guide you towards which service lines you should ultimately be focusing on. But from what I found here, I love how advisory has helped our clients when it's come to working. I have a client in mind, Donna, right? And she has been with us for a long time now, right? And she actually works with our clients as well as a coach, which is awesome. So Donna, if you happen to be watching this, you're a rock star. But she works, she works generally 25 to 35 hours a week year round, right? And she is just focused on providing massive value for a select few clients. And she does have some accounting only clients or some other things, but most of that stuff she's been able to really delegate or delegate effectively, right? Through things like um, and you can delegate whether that's outsourcing or through employees or through contractors, right? There's a lot of options there. Okay. So it's been super cool to see what implementing advisory has done for the folks that I've seen that have really been brave enough. I think brave is a good word here to really say, all right, I'm ready to focus on this and I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and focus on it. Okay. So, one other thing I would say is if you are in that bucket of overworked, right? You're working a ton of hours. Identify what are those tasks, what are the things that are the clients and the tasks that are taking up the most time, and start to look at, hey, what are the things that we can eliminate? What are the things that eliminate as in what are there things that I'm doing that I can stop doing, right? Uh, I spent time on YouTube a little bit today, right? I probably don't need to, that's probably something I could choose to cut out to shorten the time that I spend at the desk, right? What do I want to automate, right? So what are some things that is there anything I can automate off this list? Is there anything I can systemize and create a process around to streamline? Is it what tasks can I ultimately and effectively delegate, right? And then there's another one not everybody thinks about, right? But what are tasks that I can consolidate, right? So instead of answering the phone all day long, right? Potentially you could have a couple call blocks, right? So that would be an example of consolidation. Or maybe I don't check email 50 times a day. Maybe I check it 5, right? So in summary, guys, it all starts with the decision, right? Starts with the decision that I'm ready to make a change, and the way that it's been isn't the way that it's going to be. Okay. Many of you that watch this, it's going to be another tax season like this year. I don't want that. I don't want that if you're not happy, right? I don't want that. But I've been talking to you for too long to know that I see this pattern every year, right? So if you're ready to make that decision, then sit down and understand what is that ideal vision that I have. What is, why did I, even looking back at why did I start this business in the first place? Look at, what does my ideal day look like? What does my ideal work day look like? What do I want to be doing? And what do I want my team to look like? Right. And from there, we can start to engineer the service lines and how that can make sense of the number of clients and all that stuff and all that. Right. So, um, and then, from our experience, we've seen very positive effects with advisory and focusing on premium monthly recurring revenue and premium monthly clients, positively affecting people's shift and helping them get to their vision and towards their vision much faster than just focusing on the traditional bringing in a bunch more tax folks or a bunch more accounting folks, right? But again, that all goes back to what your vision is. So cool. Awesome, guys. I hope that you guys have an incredible rest of your start of your weekend, rest of your weekend. Uh, yeah, I appreciate you guys. And again, if if you have made that decision that you're going to do this, if you do want to make that shift to start bringing in advisory clients and you want some support and getting some clarity in how to package that up the right way, how to offer that the right way, how to market it, right? Comment waitlist in here or message me waitlist, and I'll get you the info for when we launch again. Okay. Awesome. You guys are all rock stars. I appreciate you guys, and time to get out of here. All right. See you guys all soon. Bye.